Most reviews on the self-sufficient backyard tell you what it's supposed to do. I wanted to know what it actually does, so I put it through the matrix, broke down the mechanism, checked the blueprints, and looked at what real users are reporting. This is the review matrix. Here's what I found. Here's what's actually going on with homesteading and trying to cut your bills. Most people dealing with it aren't failing because they haven't tried. They're failing because the things they've tried only address the surface symptoms, like buying a few solar lights or planting a small garden, not the real reason their home keeps draining money. That quiet frustration of doing everything right, buying the gear, and still being entirely dependent on the grid and grocery stores, that's the gap the self-sufficient backyard is designed for. When I broke down how the self-sufficient backyard actually works, it targets the root-level mechanics of living off-grid directly, not just surface-level prepping. That's the distinction that matters. Most alternative guides work at the symptom level, throwing expensive gear at you, which is why you get results that fade. This goes a layer deeper. It focuses on closed-loop systems where one project feeds the next, designed by people in their 60s to require minimal physical labor, more targeted, less guesswork. Running through the key components, here is what the matrix showed. The 1,020 square foot blueprint. This is the one that stood out most because it directly addresses the fear that you need 50 acres to survive. It maps out exactly how to feed a family of 4 on just a quarter acre. The zero power underground fridge. I hadn't seen this formulated this way in this category before. It uses stable 55-degree earth temperatures to preserve food without a single solar panel or watt of electricity. The hybrid solar and pressurized water system. Easy to overlook, but it's what makes the other systems actually compound instead of cancel each other out. It gives you city-level comfort and hot water without the massive utility bills. Based on the breakdown and what consistent users are reporting, here is the timeline. Early on, weeks 1 to 4, most people notice a sharp drop in their grocery bills as the simple water collection and fast-yield garden systems come online. Midterm shift, months 2 to 3, that tends to build into a massive reduction in utility costs once the hybrid solar and hot water systems are hooked up. Long-term transformation, the deep independence you actually want, total freedom from the grid, inflation, and corporate supply chains. Not a straight line, but a clear direction. That's what the pattern shows. The protocol is simple. Pick one project, like the water collector or the solar rig, and follow the step-by-step illustrations. It fits into a weekend routine without friction. The timeline most people report meaningful results, 4 to 8 weeks per major system. Not a disclaimer, just how cumulative mechanisms work. The first weekend is laying the foundation. The compounding kicks in after. One variable I always factor in, refund policy. The self-sufficient backyard comes with a 60-day money-back guarantee. I treat that as a confidence metric. Companies don't offer real return windows on products they know underdeliver. It also means if it doesn't work for your property size or climate, you're not absorbing the full risk. That's a relevant input. If the mechanism checks out for your situation and the problem I described is where you actually are, the link to the official page is in the description. Direct link, no resellers, no markup. It includes the 3 digital bonuses, like the aquaponic gardener. Go through it, cross-check what I've covered, and run your own matrix. You've got everything you need to decide. If you've already run your own test on the self-sufficient backyard, I genuinely want to hear what you found. Drop it in the comments. The more data points, the clearer the picture gets for everyone.